Greetings, friends. Economists are now warning lawmakers of an upcoming recession, which may lead to rising poverty and unemployment rates. The Internal Revenue has just released new details on the next batch of stimulus checks that they are planning to send out to Americans. Right now, thousands of dollars can be claimed by many low-income households. But friends, there is a deadline coming up to claim this financial relief. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the details. Also, I will be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning these giveaways. During the months of November and December, I will also be surprising several of you with $200 gift cards to say thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community.
I've said many times before, we have many obligations as a country, but we only have one truly sacred obligation, and it is a sacred obligation. It's to prepare those we send to war and care for their families and them when they come home. That's a sacred, we have a lot of obligations, but that's a truly sacred obligation that crosses party lines, crosses ideology, crosses everything. And and that's what today's about. It's good to be here in San Diego County with Mayor Gloria and the County Chair Fletcher, and Congressman Scott Peters is a good friend and a great partner for my administration, especially helping reduce the cost of drugs as well as taking care of vets. Scott, your district is lucky to have you. And I want to thank Congressman Mike Levin. Stand up, Scott. Stand up. Well, this guy's the real deal. He's the real deal. And I want to ask Congressman Mike Levin, thank him for welcoming me to his district today. Mike, where are you? There you go. Mike. Mike and I have a lot in common. We both married way above our station. Mike's a hell of a guy, a champion for his constituents, especially veterans who live here. You're not far from Pendleton, across the street, figuratively speaking. And that's why in my State of the Union address I said that I laid out what I called a unity agenda, an agenda that everybody could agree on 4 big things, or laid a lot more, but 4 big things. 1, deal with the opioid crisis. 2, the mental health crisis as a consequence of what COVID has inflicted on an awful lot of folks around the country. And deal with cancer, because we can beat cancer. We're now going to invest in billions to deal with that. And supporting our veterans. And with the help of Mike, he's also vice chair of the House Veterans Affairs Committee. We signed 25 bipartisan bills to improve life for our care for our veterans and honor the service of those who sacrifice so much. One of those bills is a bill that renames the VA Medical Center in San Diego. And it renames it Captain Jennifer Marino, Army nurse who died while rendering aid under fire for an injured Ranger in Afghanistan. A lot of you been to Afghanistan. I've been to every part of it. It's a godforsaken place. It's a godforsaken place. My helicopter went down. I was with the commander as well as a couple snipers and a guy named Hagel, who later became the Secretary of Defense, and a guy named Kerry, Secretary of State. And they wanted to see where bin Laden had escaped through the mountains up in the Upper Konar Valley.
If you received a letter from the Internal Revenue Service, please do not ignore it. According to CNBC News, you could be one of 9 million people who the tax agency says can still claim thousands of dollars in stimulus and child tax credit payments with only days remaining to receive the money. The IRS said it began mailing the letters in mid-October to reach millions of Americans who haven't claimed their benefits, such as stimulus checks, the expanded child tax credit, and the earned income tax credit. According to the tax agency, people who are eligible only have until November 17, 2022 to claim the missing money. During the massive stimulus efforts to help keep households afloat financially during the crisis, the IRS relied on tax returns to determine eligibility as well as where to send the payments, as tax returns include bank account information or some home addresses for mailing the checks out. But about 9 million Americans have yet to claim the stimulus funds because they didn't file a 2021 tax return. The letters will let people know that they may be eligible and how to claim the money. The Internal Revenue Service said that 9 million Americans who were identified by the Treasury's Office of Tax Analysis are those who are not required to file taxes because they have very low incomes. Single taxpayers under 65 typically do not have to file a tax return if they earn less than $12,550 a year, while that goes up to $14,250 for single people over the age of 65. The 2021 Recovery Rebate Credit is the official name of the third round of stimulus checks that was authorized by lawmakers during the crisis. It provided up to $1,400 per eligible person, including qualifying children that were claimed on a tax return. That means a family of four could qualify up to $5,600 in stimulus money. Under the law, the full amount is available to single taxpayers who earn less than $75,000 and married couples who earn less than $150,000. Payments are gradually phased out for individuals who earned above those thresholds. Friends, the key word for this video is Crater Lake. If you would like to enter the next Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Crater Lake, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And friends, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. This year's hot pace of job creation may have slowed slightly in October, but unemployment is expected to remain very low as companies continue to deal with worker shortages. According to Dow Jones, economists expect 205,000 jobs were added in October and forecast the unemployment rate stayed at 3.5%. That compares to job growth of 263,000 during the month of September. Wage growth was expected to have cooled slightly, with the average hour wages gaining 0.3% in the month, or 4.7% over a year ago. That is down from a 5.0% annual pace in September. For the Federal Reserve, economists say that the type of job growth that's expected in October is not going to sway the central bank from its aggressive rate hiking path. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell on Wednesday said that the Fed could reduce the size of its interest rate hikes, but it may need to raise rates to a higher than expected level to stop inflation. Many economists expect rate hikes will eventually slow the economy enough to crimp the job market. One economist recently told CNBC News, the Fed is now targeting the labor market and is willing to go ahead and let unemployment go higher because even with the slowdown we've had, it has not been enough to derail inflation. Recent data shows job openings surged in September, despite the Fed's efforts to cool the historically hot labor market, which has helped fuel the highest inflation since the early 1980s. Employment openings for the month totaled 10.7 million. If the October payrolls are much stronger than expected, the Fed may not slow its pace of hiking when it next meets on December 13th or December 14th. The slowdown in housing could start to show up slightly in October's jobs, but builders appear to be holding on to workers for now because of labor shortages. Weakness in housing could ripple into financial services if consumers decide to spend less. So friends, what are your thoughts on the current state of our economy? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, my magnificent and marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me here every day when I post a new video. I greatly appreciate all of you, my friends. Please remember that I'll be announcing a winner tomorrow for the Walmart gift card, so please stay tuned for that video. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed day.